Hello and welcome to a special edition of This Month in Real Estate. I'm Jay Papasan. Less than a month before it was set to expire, Congress expands and extends the 2009 homebuyer tax credit. So how long will this last and who qualifies? For answers, let's take a closer look at the legislation. First, the primary provisions of the original bill, which was set to expire at midnight on November 30th of 2009, will remain in place with just a handful of changes. First-time homebuyers still qualify for tax credits equal to 10% of the sales price up to $8,000. It's important to note that first-time homebuyers are defined as anyone who has not owned a primary residence for the past 3 years. For married homebuyers, they must both be first-time homebuyers. But for non-married joint buyers, only one needs to qualify as a first-time homebuyer. Again, this is defined as someone who hasn't owned a primary residence for the past 3 years. The expanded legislation includes some important new provisions. First, existing homeowners can now qualify for a tax credit up to $6,500 on the purchase of a home. That's slightly less than the first-time homebuyer tax credit, but still a significant incentive. Existing homebuyers must also meet an additional requirement. They must have lived in their prior residence for 5 of the past 8 years. The new legislation includes higher income restrictions that apply to both first-time homebuyers and existing homeowners. The income limit for individual buyers has been raised from $75,000 to $125,000 in annual income. For couples, those limits were raised from $150,000 in annual household income to $225,000. The tax credit phases out gradually above these income limits and drops to zero when an individual or a couple makes $20,000 more than the upper limit. New homes, resale homes, condos, and townhomes all qualify for the tax credit as long as they are purchased as a primary residence. Investment homes are excluded, as are homes above $800,000 in price. Any home purchased must remain the buyer's primary residence for at least 3 years. If the home is sold before then, the buyer must repay the full credit they received. Members of the military, foreign service, and intelligence communities with an extended 90-day service overseas are exempted from that requirement. All of the new provisions began on November 7, 2009. Before that time, the old provisions will remain in place. Homebuyers who want to take advantage of the new tax credit must have a signed contract on or before April 30th of 2010 and must close on their home before June 30th, 2010. Members of the military, foreign service, and intelligence communities get an extra year. Well, that's it for this special edition of This Month in Real Estate. Thank you for joining us, and happy home hunting.